Rob,
Hello.
it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're just done sprint planning. What's happening this week?
Yeah, so Jack isn't with us for the first half of the week. Hopefully he's doing okay. But we are going to be working on a few different things. So you're going to be working on Hexceed. Your plan is to get the DLC finished this week, isn't it?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
we'll see. It'd be nice if you did. I'm going to be working on Hexceed as well. So I'm going to be working on controller support, trying to get basically stuff prepped for Xbox. And if Jack returns to us, then he'll be working on Coloring Voxels Mars Colony.
Top right, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we're going to take down the Halloween decorations because it's November now. And we need to prep for Christmas, I guess. Okay, so I'm carrying on with the work for getting Xbox controller support and Hexceed. I'm getting there, so I've added a few extra things, so you can press the bumper buttons to swap between settings menu things. Pressing B to cancel out also works. Then start to open the settings. Y to open the credits. This like up and down. This isn't great, is it? But it's functional. Sort of like being able to select what you want in the menus. That's all working with the new control system. And yeah, I've just been getting there. It's a surprising amount of work, but it's nice because it's one of those things where you're constantly making progress. You can change worlds with the buttons as well. And yeah, I've just been doing a bit of art.
Look at this one. Wow. You nailed it. How much?
So there's a few buttons that we needed for Hexceed that we didn't already have. So I've just been making them. One for the triggers, for showing for the controls page when you zoom in and out of the world. We don't have that because on Switch it was they've got like ZL and ZR buttons instead, a little bit different. And then the start button is got like this waffle button. Well, no, it's not waffle, is it? Hamburger. It's a hamburger button, isn't it? Hamburger icon. And yeah, making that as well for the start and things like that. Now it's just a matter of making sure that they are actually in world. So you can see that the select world bit here, those buttons are missing. They're just being disabled because I haven't plugged them in properly, right? And then the settings should have the hamburger start icon thing. But yeah, just getting there. Things seem to be working quite well. So yeah, just going to carry on. Okay, so carrying on with this Hexceed control support stuff, we're getting there. So you can see that it's all mouse driven at the moment, but then as soon as I press a control button, it all switches, which is exactly what we want. A few things that were happening that shouldn't is like things like right click shouldn't close this menu, but it was just the way that the controls were linked up. B closes it. I managed to fix the issue with the this sort of like this UI flickering for this control selector thing here. That was just a simple mistake. I managed to fix that, and I've just gone through all the settings menu stuff, trying to get all that working. So there's a couple of manual things I had to do, like implementing the pressing A to activate these. That's all working now, and getting these sliders to work as well. Which is good. A lot of the code was already there for that. It's just plugging it in for a different compilation of Xbox. And yeah, one of the things that I wasn't expecting, might be a bit more difficult than it is this drop down. So it turns out that the Switch build doesn't have any drop downs in it whatsoever, so none of the code has been implemented for that. And that's just because a lot of the drop downs are in the display tab, which is actually closed here. As it should be, because it's an Xbox, you don't need to control the display or anything like that. But if we want to add these controls to PC, then we are going to have to support this drop down. So I'm just going to have to work on that. Another reason, like this language drop down is the only other drop down we've got. And I think the reason why we disabled this is because with the Switch, it's sort of expected that you change the language on your device and not in game. Whereas on Steam, they have actually like specific rules for being able to control the language that you've got on the game actually in engine. So I'm just going to have to quickly implement that. But then other than that, I think we're pretty much there. There's a small bug where sometimes when you're changing world, it won't center this reticle, but that should be an easy fix. And then we're about there. Okay, so today still working on the hexceed. Oh, I haven't clicked on the game. There we go. Hexceed controller stuff, but today I'm actually working on the actual PC side of it. So everything before has just been for Xbox. Everything's sort of been like coded out so that it only works in Xbox. And now I'm bringing it to the PC platform. You can see up here Windows, Mac, Linux. And I'm getting there. There are a few strange things that are sort of like I need to deal with for this. So one of them is we want this UI to appear when you've got controller enabled at the bottom here, but then when you start moving the mouse and start using the mouse again, that UI disables. And it's just little things like making sure this UI that's supposed to be in the bottom right follows it as well, which it sounds like a relatively simple thing, but this UI at the bottom persists across multiple screens. So if I go on the settings menu, you can see it's there, but the box that is reliant on it isn't. There's a few things like that, and just making sure that a lot of these menus and stuff that aren't in the Xbox or Switch versions work. So the display settings. So it's a good job I did make the drop down things working yesterday. And things like being able to like manually go up here in Slack, Discord, and things like that. Getting there. There's just a couple of little things now left to go. So the mouse cursor seems to be visible all the time, and I think when you start using controller it should switch off. I think that makes sense. And I just noticed these things down here. Oh, I can't highlight with the mouse because it'll show it. These are using the wrong icons, aren't they? But yeah, we're pretty much there. It's looking really promising, so I'm really pleased with the progress.
So yeah, so far this week just been mostly hexceed still. So I managed a batch of 20 on Monday, another batch of 20 levels today, which is good. So didn't get any done yesterday, unfortunately, with it being spent a day doing the vlog essentially, and then we've also had additional tasks which slipped my mind, which are the store pages that are due out this month. So I've made the store pages for all 3 Advent DLCs. So that's Coloring Voxels, Coloring Pixels, and Wooloop. Most of those DLCs are still in progress, but at least for Pixels and Wooloop we have a full set of screenshots on there. So that's a good bit of work done already in preparation for those at the end of the month. And then yeah, as I said, back to hexceed, finishing up more levels. I've just gone ahead and finished up this batch of 20 here, but as you can see by the red on the Trello task here, I am a day behind still. This was yesterday's task, this is today's task. So yeah, I was originally planning to get this done by Thursday. It's Thursday tomorrow, so it won't be happening. But fingers crossed I can get this task and at least half of this task done. Actually, just fewer tasks, maybe even more so tomorrow. And then on Friday I'll be able to finish up the last of the levels and the finale milestone levels as well.
Okay, so I've been continuing work on the Mars DLC for Coloring Voxels. It's coming along really nicely now. As you can see here, we're starting to fill in a lot of room on the overall planet surface here. And I've been doing a lot of work, especially on the rockets here. We've got more of these sort of, I forget what you call them. I'm not sure what they're called. I'm sure Rob will know. But these sort of like cranes that sort of support the rocket before it takes off, and obviously it fuels it. It helps people like get on board and I assume assemble the rocket itself. So this one obviously has the frame on the rocket still. This one's actually retracted back on the rail so the rocket can take off. And I've done a lot of smoke effects here. Obviously in engine these will be see-through, but I think it'll look pretty cool. I'm actually quite happy with the sort of formation I've done of the smoke. I think it looks pretty realistic and hopefully it'll translate pretty well what it's made see-through. But also I've been working on these 3D printed houses as well, which Rob suggested. These are pretty cool and sort of they look a lot like the Star Wars houses from Tatooine, I think. And then obviously I've got one here that's also being sort of mid-printed by the giant 3D printer. And I've also got to work on these satellite dishes as well. So there's a lot of progress been made on this today, but tomorrow I think I'm going to tackle the Crowy, the big section here, and as well as finish off the satellite dishes. But as well as this, I've been working on the the Christmas card for ToastieLabs Christmas card. It's going pretty well. It's nowhere near done yet. Obviously, there's still a lot of empty space here that you fill in. But I've sort of got a basic layout. I've showed this to the guys, and hopefully they'll give me some feedback on what I can add in. He's got Luna at the bottom here, which I thought made a nice little space here. So I'll wait to their feedback and then I'll continue adding more stuff to this, and hopefully it won't take much longer to do.
Just a quick update from me today. I've been working on Wooloop, so the hexceed stuff is pretty much there. I think Lee's been getting some errors in editor, so I'll have to look at that tomorrow. But generally, control support's good. We've sent it off to Valve as well to get Steam Deck verification, which is really cool. They've queued up a test for that. I just got a message. But yeah, working on Wooloop. A lot of it's just been level fixes. So there's been an awful lot of outstanding level fixes that have been reported. I think Kai was getting a bit curious because some of these fixes are literally from 2 years ago. Yeah, look at these timestamps. Yeah, literally almost 2 years ago to the day. But yeah, we're finally getting a chance to fix them. Loads of level fixes, which is great. And then I'm going to move on to some of the larger bugs that we've got in the game. But I haven't made much progress on that. There's not much to show, so. Okay, so we heard back from Steam about the Steam Deck build for Hexceed. There were a few issues. I think the majority of it was because I didn't actually specify the type of control scheme in the config for it. I've done that now though, but I've also just realised that the buttons on Switch, which is what everything was configured for originally, are different to that of Xbox and Steam Deck. I just thought it was the same because it's the same letters, isn't it? It's like YX up here, whereas here it's XY and then AB, BA. So I'm going to have to play around and swap things around a bit because we kind of want it to just be consistent. If you play the game on Switch and you pick it up on Steam Deck, you want to have the same experience, right? So yeah, it's going to take some work to fix that, but I'm pretty sure the Steam Deck stuff is almost sorted. It just needs to get resubmitted again, so hopefully that won't be an issue.
Yeah, not been much of an update for me the past couple of days, because it's just been all Hexceed work. So you can see here, I've gone ahead and I've finished up all the levels. I've just finished these last section today, and I've gone ahead and made the 4 milestones as well. So all that's left is the finale, and yeah, I've made a start. I've created the shape here. Obviously it's always larger than normal. I just need to place the bombs, and then I should get this level done, and then that'll be the DLC pretty much ready to go. And obviously all the QA he's doing, and there's a couple of tasks over here on the left, but the main work, the actual levels, they'll be all complete by the end of the day, hopefully.
So, I did a lot of work on the stream, got a lot of progress on Mars done, and we're pretty much focused on doing the satellite and the satellite dish, and we got a lot of the excavator done now. So the plan is that I'm going to sort of dig into this area here to make it look like it's been excavated out, and that should do a big chunk of the level, and after that it's only really the dome to go, and after that it's just a few small levels. So hopefully we can get this done fairly quickly next week. And yeah, that's pretty much Mars getting there now. We've got the bulk of it done. Rob, Lee! Sorry, go on.
Yep, thanks for watching the video. As of this video coming out, we have a Coloring Voxels DLC coming out. It is the Zoom Out DLC. I haven't tested it just yet. Hopefully it's good. We'll find out by next week.
It is good. You got to sell it.
You got to sell it by it now. And then we have quite a lot more DLCs coming out this month actually. So next week, as of the video, we have a Hexceed DLC and a Coloring Voxels DLC. Mars and Sirius. I think it's called Sirius. Check them out.
Yeah.
And then at the very end of the month, we have 3 Advent packs coming out. The store pages are live now. You won't be able to actually play them until December, but check those out. You always love Advent calendars, and there's now 3 this year. So
Yeah. Hi. Thanks for watching.